emphasis placed on food and food culture is everywhere in Berkeley. Local, sustainable, and organic are ideas that have emerged in the last 30 years and that continue to resonate with the residents and the students living in the city.
This is kind of the home and one of the sort of launching grounds of the local food movement.
Being in California, we definitely have options, and we definitely have access to a huge range of really delicious produce, and so I think the climate makes a big difference.
Berkeley boasts 3 farmers markets where 70% of the vendors travel from within 100 miles of the city and provide a wide variety of fresh, locally sourced, and more often than not, organic offerings to the student and city population.
Organic food proliferates because people know enough to demand it, and the people who demand it are willing to pay for it. And if they're willing to pay for it, the producer will seek it out.
Our sourcing isn't as hard because there are so many great places around that we know of, and just the farms that are in this area that people kind of overlook a lot of the time.
This is doable. Look at that. Here's a 20-acre farm. They're growing everything. This stuff looks and tastes good. You know, it's not like it's ugly, worm-ridden fruit and vegetables. It's quite possible, if you do it right, to have nice-looking, great-tasting organic food. And I think a big enough base, it was kind of ready to take off.
And that's what we see in Berkeley. You see all these great movements that might start here, but then sort of move outward from the coast.
The proliferation of farmers market, the interest in healthy food, you know, low cholesterol food, and vegetarian food has seen a rejuvenation in the last few years.
We are not sure, you know, our environmental exposures. So we're just trying to eat more healthy. And not just for cancer prevention, but for heart health and to support a local economy and, you know, for individual health and for like community health.
The key to everything is education. It's one thing to have the resources to give to people, but it's another thing if people know about the resources, and people aren't going to buy organic food that's a little more expensive if they don't know why they're buying it.
And it's not so simple. It's not like, oh, okay, so I know, I read about it, I know it all, I'm gonna go and seek it out and buy it. You know, you have to take into consideration the economic of it, you know, and access. You know, those are really critical parts of our food chain. You know.
For the UC Berkeley students that make up a good portion of the city, food choices start in the dining halls. In many ways, the choices offered at Cal Dining reflect the ongoing struggle to balance the equation of sustainability and accessibility.
You know, we do get questions asked all the time about the organic or sustainable foods cost more. And sometimes they do cost more, but do they cost the consumer more? Not always, in that we're able to work on menu engineering, it's called.
Cooking for the number of people that we serve on a daily basis is not like breading your chicken tenders for even a party of 20. It's a completely different ballgame. So that's where that balancing act comes in. We have to pick and choose, and we have to balance our responsibility with finances and what our students want.
But from a business perspective, when it comes to how a restaurant or a food service should run, I think you have to match your food and services to what the market demands.
We don't tell them what they should be eating or how they should be eating, but we do make a lot of options available. So you'll see the organic salad bar, we'll have a lot of vegan vegetarian options, we have gluten-free options, and at the same time we have chicken nuggets and french fries and pizza, and we certainly don't expect people to eat pizza and french fries every day. I personally would not want to see that because it's not a healthy meal, but that is still up to the individual to make that choice.
And our next generation, it really depends on how much education they get, how conscientious they are.
I think that there's a whole mishmash of very interesting facts, and it'll be fascinating to see where sustainability goes in the future. Because there's a cost benefit to everything you do. Luckily in the food business, the benefit outweighs the cost.
8 and 12.
Food, whether organically or commercially grown, is the starting point. It is symbolic of a lifestyle, a choice, and an identity. Berkeley's food identity begins with learning about the producers who have emerged to fill the growing demand for local, organic, and sustainable food.